spread situation is just, I don't like it. I don't have an answer for it. But Rick is one of the guys that I have so much respect for in the league, consider him a mentor. And, I wanted to hold the ball, and our bench is yelling to try to score. And, if you imagine a situation where you don't make the play in by a point, that's on me. But it really, especially this is a unique profession as far as, coaching goes. It's obviously unique in a lot of ways, but specific to this, and it really puts you in a difficult position, even if you know the situation. It just, whether you want to call it sportsmanship or not, and I understand it on some level, because it happens in Europe, not just in Europe, a lot of places, international competition, but it just doesn't feel right. So.
Just understanding that it is a part of the game, but how did you
It's a part of these games.
Yes.
Which makes it even harder, because there's an etiquette and a code that you live by, and that line you walk. And in those situations, particularly when they've got, we had our reserves in the last couple of minutes, but it's difficult to navigate.
Part of not getting into that, but I was trying to bring up defense, actually.
Right.
Just what you thought of tonight's defense, especially starting out 20-8 on their part. You guys came back because of that.
Yeah, it's almost like kind of getting behind focused us more. It's obviously, as you know, something we talk about. We haven't executed like that to this point in the year, except in some stretches. But it's the beginning of the third quarter. The first half was good, rather than the first few minutes, but we didn't defensive rebound. We couldn't close possessions. And then in the second half, we started, getting stops and then securing the ball. And I think that's why we had big third quarter and opened up the game.
And we saw a little bit of Jalen sort of at the three with Mo and Onyeka. Just how did you like sort of that matchup and giving a little bit more size maybe to
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of combinations that work on various nights, so it's we had foul trouble, and I think for Jalen, we've talked about his defensive versatility, and it was really a focus for him tonight. Just all the mundane things that require discipline, getting in a stance. Maybe my favorite play of the game was when he rotated over and blocked a shot. That's just playing the right way defensively. And obviously his ability to get in the paint and, have his eyes out and find his teammates in addition to finishing. I think he enjoys that part of the game, and I enjoy it too.
You mentioned the Jalen getting in the paint, but as a team, I think 74 points in the paint and really seemed to be attacking the rim, having success there. Was that something you were, I know you always want that, but was that...
No, I think, when you get in the paint, particularly when you're under control and you have your eyes out, a lot of times the rim kind of reveals itself to you. So I thought we were making good decisions there, both Jalen and Nikhil in particular. Up to this point in the season, we've shot a lot of long twos that are contested and haven't had, we chart some of that stuff and haven't had our eyes out more. And some of that's because we haven't spaced as well as we need to. So, I mean, you want everything right now. And we got some good things tonight, but we got a long way to go. But foundationally, the defending and gives us a chance to get out and run. And Jalen obviously is someone that can push the ball and finish. It puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
Coach, I'm French, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask about Zach.
Whereabouts are you from? Lyon?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Near Paris.
Okay.
I wanted to ask about Zach. Is there a part of his game that you feel improved the most this
You know, one of the things I've said about Zach dating back to last year is, you know, he's got a competitive spirit. I'm trying to think, it may have been out in Milwaukee where he didn't score in the first half and came out in the second half and went bang, bang, bang. And that's what you saw happen tonight. It's not easy to do that, you know, and I felt like people evaluate Zach like every game. You know, someone's asking, he got 2 points, you know, why didn't he get X points? And that's just not the right way to look at his game, particularly for a 20-year-old. If he were to react to that and start pressing, you know, I think it'd be harder for him. But he isn't. He's unfazed. And you saw, you know, when he came out and did the third quarter, which was a big lift for our team. But the biggest thing is just if he'll defend, because he can defend multiple guys, that lets him just immerse himself in the game, and the offense will come.
He said that he does everything needed for the team to win. Do you feel like he does the little things on the court?
Yeah, the ones that he recognizes, you know. I mean, he tries to do everything, and I don't want to make him, you know, you can cloud his mind with, you know, do these and do this and then do this and do this. Sometimes players just need to play and, you know, be comfortable. You know, he took one shot, like 1-on-4 late in the game, and I was like, what are you doing? And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'll live with that, you know, and I think his teammates will too, and that's a credit to him. Oh, okay.
Part of the defense thing we talked about earlier, but on the defensive glass in particular, first half versus
Yeah.
late in the first half, second half, what kind of accounts was there? Anything that was counting for the difference in that, or just kind of
Just recognizing it and being more physical and going after the ball, just competing more.